at our West Gosford office. We're located on the 3rd floor here, and we're just going upstairs to speak with Jaimie Woodcock, one of our principals, and get some insights from the McGrath Central Coast. Okay, so we're here today with our principal of McGrath Central Coast, Jaimie Woodcock. How did we start on the Central Coast?
Well, we had our first office since the year 2000. Funnily enough, we were opening that office when the Olympic torch was coming through Terrigal, literally the same day.
Great time.
Yeah.
Great exposure.
It was a busy time, but it was interesting because the country was distracted, by the upcoming Sydney Olympics.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting time to be opening, but it kind of gave us a good chance to get the office built or renovated. And look how time has flown. It's 18 years ago.
So tell me what you see for the Central Coast the market, sort of the old cliche, what's the market doing,
Yeah, good question. Look, I've been selling up here for almost 25 years, and there's been many market shifts and changes and I think factors that have come into play over the years. The market we're going through now is not a scary market in any shape or form. We've had far greater impacts on a market with dramatic interest rate rises and world events and global crises, etc. But even through those times, I've always felt we've been blessed in this market with such a diverse property sort of choice. We've got rural properties, we've got apartments, beachfronts, your traditional mum and dad property. There's investors coming in, we've got farms. The diversity is quite dramatic. So at times, like at the moment, when perhaps a market does sort of calm and normalise a bit, you tend to find that the real top of the market can sort of level out a little bit too.
Yeah.
You might find investor sort of urgency will level a little bit. But fundamentally, the volume in our market does not greatly, dramatically change from market to market or year to year.
Yeah.
So I see it just being more consistent. It's a great time to be kind of buying or selling because you've got a fair level of confidence that the process you're going into.
Yes.
So in other words, how does that translate to a buyer? Buyers should be out there with confidence right now. Great property still sells quickly and still gets a good price. So if you're looking at really good property, you probably haven't got the dramatic urgency of 10 other people trying to buy it with you.
Yep.
You might only have a handful, but you still need to move relatively quickly. If you're selling, it's price driven. So at the moment you've got to be marketing probably a little bit more aggressively. Your agent needs to be a bit more attuned to the price point where buyers do look at it and say that looks like it's going to sell.
Yes.
So that creates that need to act as well. For me, that's a really great market for people to be involved in it. It's a great market for us as an organisation, for you guys in that sort of selling world, because it's pretty, there's that reliability around it, there's that consistency, and it's a much easier conversation to have with people, isn't it?
Certainly.
You can kind of get an understanding of the lay of the land as well.
Certainly, and we're very lucky to have properties from units from $300,000 across the coast, from houses 500 to 1.5 million. And while you've still got Sydney, and this came out this morning, the median house price is still 1.17.
Yeah.
Sydney is still very unaffordable for a lot of people, and we're seeing that with the volume of the Sydney buyer coming up to us every weekend and during the week.
Yeah, look, once again, over a couple of decades of selling, we still have a very consistent 50 to 55% of our buyers coming from Sydney. And it's that price point, you're right. Effectively, we are affordable. Even as our market pushes up, we're still so far behind the Sydney price point that we look attractive. Buyers do come up here with Sydney eyes and see our properties and think, wow, it's so affordable. It's a good value. So we're very, very fortunate in that respect.